guys, so I realised it's been a couple of weeks since I've done a video. I kind of lost track of time over the last couple of weeks. All saying that, it's more that like my partner's boys will come over on the weekend and we have a tiny flat, so it does get a bit crowded and I'm not very good with vlogging around people. I just feel a bit awkward, or not even vlogging, just doing videos in general. It's just a confidence thing that I've always had because I used to live with my parents as well and I had exactly the same problem. But yeah, so I like to do videos when I'm on my own. Like today, I'm in my flat on my own. But yeah, so I did lose track a little bit, but it also has been a couple of weeks, or not very nice couple of weeks, I should say, because I lost my nan a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, so things have just been a little bit weird. It was a really nice year so far, and then that happened, and I mean, she'd been ill, like, and had dementia for years, so we always knew that it was going to happen, but you know, you never expect it when it happened, when it actually happens. Um, so yeah, that kind of threw things out of proportion a little bit. But I have been meaning to get back on and do book reviews and book videos and all sorts of stuff. I have a big event coming up next week, which I will talk about. But yeah, so I thought I would just do a little bit of an update on where things have been recently because although obviously that happened, I have also been doing some writing on some other things as well. So I did, before my nan passed, I did finish my current work in progress, which is kind of on a pause now, called The Girl Behind the Glass. Not sure if you can see behind me from here, but on that top shelf there is a poster for it. Still Princess and then The Girl Behind the Glass. And that is my Dark Snow White retelling, which isn't out yet, but it will be out hopefully over the next few months. Yeah, so hopefully it is coming soon. I am pretty proud of the story. I've got a friend beta reading it right now, so I'm excited to see what her comments are, and I have been looking at her comments a little bit, but I'm excited to see her feedback because I haven't really done any beta reading with that book, apart from obviously it went to the editor, and I did loads and loads of rewrites before and after that point. So yeah, it's on the way there. So that one has been on pause for a couple of weeks, so that I can give it to the beta reader and give it a little bit of a break, because all I have left to do for it now is a proofread, and then after my proofread, it'll be ready, hopefully. Fingers crossed. But I am also waiting on a map commission for that book, and I also have got a few character art pieces coming soon. So I've recently received my first sketch for one of my characters for that book, my Snow White character, and she is beautiful, and I can't wait to see like the full colour version. I'm really excited to see that. And then I also have 2 other narrator characters to do for that one, and then once the proofread's done and everything, I can put it up at pre-order, and then I can go back to my cover designer and then get my paperback and hardbacks sort of back covers or back matter sorted for that book. But that will be my next release. Then and then over the last couple of weeks, I have been working on my published book, Still Princess's sequel, which is going to be called Songbird Air. I don't have a cover or an ISBN or anything for that book yet, but I know how it's going to go, hopefully, or how it's going to turn out. I've got it outlined. I'm about 20,000 words into it. I realised a couple of weeks ago that I actually had about 10,000 words of it written already, from when I decided to go into it a few months ago, before I even started working on The Girl Behind the Glass in the first place, because The Girl Behind the Glass I'd already written during the Camp NaNoWriMo project like years ago, and decided to go back and rewrite it. So that's what's happened with that one. So that one has been rewritten and is hopefully coming up soon, getting close to being ready for publication. But I was also kind of excited to write the sequel to Still Princess which originally had a different title and different like story outline, but I had to take out quite a lot of plot after after Steel Princess, sorry, to go into what would eventually go into that book. So it was what my editor had said that I should take out because it was too close to the end. It was too big of a plot point than it should. So it's gonna have its own book basically. So if you've read Steel Princess, you'll know that there is a siren character in it, and she is gonna have her own narration in Songbird Air. So she is gonna be the my pirate character, pirate princess, and yeah, she's going to be able to tell her story. So no spoilers, but yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I started using the dictate feature on Word, and I've never used it before, and it is bloody brilliant. If you're like me and you like to type up books first or projects or whatever, anything on Word, and you like to type up things like after writing them in a notebook, it is so much easier, in my opinion anyway, to speak it out loud and then have it recorded and then it writes it for you. I just find that so much easier because I find that a lot of my brain power goes into typing and writing and editing, and I just want to be doing something else when I'm actually doing that, like the actual typing itself. So that kind of takes away like that feeling, hopefully. So I'll actually hopefully enjoy it a bit more. And I started doing it with Songbird Air, and I actually got quite a lot of plot done. And I also find that it helped me because when I was rewriting a part of a scene, I was thinking a lot more about the description as I was speaking. So when I'm writing, I think my hand goes too fast. Like my brain is constantly trying to tell my hand to move and writing down all these things, these bits of dialogue, the bits of like the story that's coming out. So the description kind of goes on the back burner when I'm actually like handwriting things. So I think when I was rewriting that scene, I don't know why, it just made me think more in detail about like the actual description and the things that should be going into it, because that is one of my big problems when I come to rewrite projects. I don't put enough description in the first draft, so I always end up struggling in my next drafts because I'm too busy trying to go back over and think of some description that I can use. But now, if I do it this way, I'm hopefully going to be more focused on the description in the first place. So then that kind of gives me the foundation to have something to actually work with when I do my rewrites. So yeah, that's hopefully going to work a bit better, but we will see, as always. I've also had 3 editing projects that I've been working on since February. So yeah, it's been manic. So I've been prioritising those first. So I'll do a little bit of those in my evenings and weekends, and then I'll go on to my own books mainly at weekends or mainly once I've got a little bit done. I've also been reading a lot. I've been reading some cool fantasy books. I've got loads of arcs that I've got to read, so I'll be doing more reviews for those. And I've read a few authors like books that they've sent me. Yeah, I'm just really enjoying reading at the minute. I'm actually reading quite fast now, and I'm usually a really slow reader, so it's quite a nice feeling for me because I'm, like I said, I'm usually quite slow, but I'm just happy with how it's all kind of coming together. It's a nice little distraction. Wasn't very motivated, as you can probably imagine, over the last couple of weeks, but here and there have, you know, I'll get some done. I'll be happy with the progress. But yeah, thank you for listening to me ramble as always, and I will talk to you guys very soon. This was kind of just a little update, and I will hopefully have some more book reviews and book videos, book vlogs stuff coming. I also mentioned I was going to mention my event next week, so I will be at Hartford Book Fest next week. So if you can nearby, then please do come and see me. I'll be at a stall with a couple of other authors in the authors market or authors marquee. I'm also going to be on the fantasy forum panel, so I'll get to be talking about my villains in detail. So I'm really excited about that. Yeah, so that I've had that planned for months, and I'm just really excited about it. I've got all my author copies just sitting on my shelf over there. I bought one of those little sum up pay machine things and some book stands. I'm going to have my posters that are on the top of my bookcase, just to show pieces. I'm going to try and print out some stuff for it, about the actual books themselves, so that people can just see what the story is about as they come up to the table. They can also ask me as well and I'll tell them, but it might be easier to read something. And I might also try and have like a QR code thing, so that if I do run out of copies, because I only have 10, but that's all I could really afford to get at the moment, then they can obviously go through an order from Amazon if they would like to. But yeah, so that's kind of what's been going on recently, and hopefully I'll have more bookish content coming soon. I've also been doing a lot of TikTok live streams with some lovely authors as well. So I've made some lovely author friends recently, and just kind of chatting on TikTok. It's really nice, and it's people can obviously jump in and go along with this and stuff. But yeah, it's been really good fun. So I will talk to you guys very soon. Thanks. Bye.